Sergeant Donnie Donowitz joined. What's up? What's up? TikTok Live 21. We are in this right now. We are in it. What's up? It's 81 degrees in my apartment right now, so I had to open up a window. We're gonna hear ambulances go by. I live across the street from the hospital. Day in the life, just another day in the life. You know what I'm talking about? All right, what's up? Nikki Roy joined. Abs. Breathe joined. Bear. Marie. Chuck liked the video. What's up, Chuck? What's up, Chuck? How we doing? Nate joined. What's up, Nate? What's up? What's up, friends? How we doing? I'm trying to stream this live right now on... I'm trying to stream it live on YouTube, too. Let's see if that's working. Who knows? Oh, sweet. It's working. It's working. We're up right now live on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. I'm inputting everything from TikTok right now. Put your comments in on TikTok so I can do that. And I'm also recording in Riverside so I could post later. YouTube channel, podcast, so on and so forth. We could chop up the videos. Leslie joined. What's up, Leslie? Burning Time. Carissa Chantel. Rabin joined. What's up, friends? How are we doing? Let's get some questions out there. Let's throw some questions out. What's going on? How we doing? What do we got? No one wants to ask any questions tonight, huh? Shrods is active now. What's up, Shroda? Shrods is on. What's going on? Janet Calvi, Butterfly Queen, Thy Greg, Tyrone, David Castanet joined. Ramona Beth joined. Stephen Benson. What's up, Steve? What's up, Ramona? David, Stephanie Stack joined. What's up, friends? What's going on? Official Sports Talk TV. Doc, what's up? Top 5 favorite athletes. Oh, sweet. Oh, man. Top 5 favorite athletes. Well, naturally, I'm going to go with predominantly basketball players, right? Because I grew up playing basketball, played basketball in college. But top 5 athletes. I mean, Michael Jordan's obviously up there, right? Usain Bolt, one of the fastest men maybe of all time alive, right? So Usain Bolt's up there. Michael Jordan. Who else we got? Athletes. Who else is a good athlete? We got some football players in there. It's tough with football because they're kind of very specialized to one position. You know what I mean? Athletes or like sports? Because LeBron James is one of the best athletes potentially of all time, at least top 10 maybe. But LeBron James, I think he can work a little like... He works hard, don't get me wrong. But what's up with the flops? What happened to toughness? I grew up watching... Oh, Steven Priola is saying Mark Meiser, Wayne Gretzky. Okay, Wayne Gretzky, excellent hockey player. I could definitely give you that. LeBron James, the thing with him, though, he just flops all over the place. There's no toughness there at all whatsoever. I mean, geez, if they left the window open, he'd fall over. You know? The wind might knock him down. I don't find that impressive at all whatsoever. I mean, you look back in the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson days, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they were literally punching each other in the face every time they'd run down the court to grab the rebound. That's the basketball I grew up watching. Not the stuff today. I don't know. I think they could be a little less lazy and a little more tough. Just my thoughts, just my opinion. You know what I mean? Just an opinion. Melissa Hicks joined. Lacey joined. Steven, who else? Steven? What do you think? Official Sports Talk TV. Bad Boys, Pistons beat up Jordan as well. Yeah, dude, the Pistons, they used to crush Jordan. Oh, man. Oh, you're giving me top 5. Okay. Ali, okay. Ali, yeah. I mean, what do you think Mike Tyson against Ali, though? The thing is, Ali was like kind of he was a great boxer. Don't get me wrong. One of the best of all time. I think he was even better of a TV personality than great boxer, right? One of the best of all time. I think he was even better of a TV personality. And the TV knew it, and they really promoted him up the wazoo. Mike Tyson against Ali, now we're getting somewhere, right? Mike Tyson, what is he, 5'10"? But Ali, 6'3", couple inches on him. I think Mike Tyson would uppercut and knock Ali out. Just my thoughts, you know? You're saying Ali, Jordan, yep, Tiger, okay, excellent golf, best of all time golf. Michael Phelps, greatest swimmer of all time. Serena Williams, tennis player. Those are some that's a fire top 5. The thing is like, say like, let's take Tiger. You know, let's put Tiger in a sport that wasn't golf. he's not touching some of these other athletes. You know what I mean? So athleticism is one thing, but we also have to put in the context of what the sport is, right? But otherwise, other than that, I completely agree. Chloe Venetter. Hey doc, pre-dental student here working in OS as a dental assistant. What is a case that has impacted you the most? Okay, here's a case that impacted me the most. I was a pre-dental student at this point too. I was in my gap year. I was working for an oral surgeon out on Long Island, Dr. Mario Capuano, my biggest and earliest mentor for dentistry, Dr. Capuano and Dr. Nick Nicastro. Dr. Capuano is an oral surgeon. I was working at his office. Woman came in who had gotten extensive surgery. It was like 2 years before she had gotten in a really bad car accident. She was hospitalized for, I think, like weeks, for a very long time. The stress, the anxiety, everything. Like, I think she had to quit, stop her job or something. The stress, anxiety completely transformed her teeth. Young woman too, 40s, 50, maybe 50s. I think 50s, like young, but the bone loss around most of her teeth just took over, like bone loss everywhere. She couldn't maintain her teeth. Her teeth came out, and what they ended up doing was an all on 4. I think it was all on 4 on the bottom, maybe all on 5 on the top. I don't remember. Look, this is like not 8-9 years ago. What they did was she came in the office, they put on her sedation, and top and bottom put like 5 or 6 implants on the top. I think it was 5 on the top, 4 on the bottom. Dentist came in, did the prostheses. She left. She came in with nothing, right? Teeth breaking down, loose, falling out all over the place. Young, healthy woman. This poor woman couldn't talk at her job anymore, self-conscious, lost that confidence. Came in with almost nothing, right? They opened up the bone reduction, nice and level, put in implants on the top, bottom. Restorative dentist came in, put prostheses in on the top, bottom. 6-hour case under sedation. Everything matched up extremely well. This woman was able to leave with a full smile. Now, obviously, that requires you for at minimum 3 months, no chewing anything, no burgers or anything. It's a liquid diet at that point for 3 months. But she was able to talk again. She was able to leave that day and smile on her way out the door. Biggest smile I've ever seen in my life. That woman left with something. So, Chloe, thanks for asking that question. I hope you appreciated this story. I hope you can have you're working as a dental assistant in an oral surgeon's office. That's what I did 8 years ago. I hope you can have an experience like that. That changed my perspective of dentistry, of oral surgery, of changing someone's life through the dental niche, right? Like that, the dental side of healthcare. And I mean, that woman left a completely different person. And, if I can have that chance to do that to other people someday too, and help other people in that aspect, incredible. So anyway, not to talk your ear off, but you have an opportunity to have a similar effect, a similar story, so I'm really excited for you. I hope you get a chance to see something like that as well. LS Doc, what was your number on the CBSE you were content with, where you wouldn't retake? I was never content with my CBSE score. The thing is, I got in a high. I didn't get what I wanted. I wanted, in the 70s, high 70s. I wanted like a 75. I didn't get that, but I got what I needed to apply. Right. Instead of taking the time, this is summer 2020. This is in the height of COVID, and I was fighting an uphill battle trying to get my externships. I had 4 or 5 scheduled. I've told this story before. It was like I had multiple scheduled, and I had to take a lot of time to get. Cook County canceled mine, LSU canceled, and yes, so I had 3 scheduled. I had Cook County, LSU, LIJ, Montefiore, and NYU. So I had 5 scheduled, right? LIJ, Cook County, LSU canceled. So I only had Monty and NYU left. VCU reached out, and I got VCU. So I sealed 3 externships during the height of COVID, literally that summer 2020. And I decided, look, I only have time to either take the CBSE again and study, or make these phone calls. I literally walked to the NYU office, administrative office, to get all my materials, photo. You had to submit an application, emails and stuff. I walked it to the office, and I sealed that externship. So it wasn't easy, but instead of taking it again, I decided to do that, get some hands-on experience, and add that to my resume. You have to, sometimes, life throws a curveball at you, and you have to make a decision fast. And when you think you could do 3 things, you can only do 1 or 2, and you got to make a decision with what's going to get you closest to the goal, what you need to get to the next level, right? Let's see. We are 10 minutes in. Excellent. I got 20 minutes. We're going to go a full 30 minutes today, folks. We're going to do it 7:06. TikTok Live number 21. I was studying for the boards last week, and I took the OMSite 2 days ago on Saturday. Not very happy with how it went. We can talk about that another time. But so I wasn't able to do TikTok Live number 21 last Sunday, so we're doing it this weekend. All right. Chloe Vanetter said, thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, of course. Chloe, tell me an experience that Chloe, how long have you been working as a oral surgery dental assistant, surgical assistant at the oral surgeon's office? Finsbrick said, did you go directly to med school after undergrad? So the route to oral surgery in the United States is actually through dental school. I did not go directly into dental school after undergrad. I was originally considering med school PA, and then I met the dentist, the oral surgeon, shadowed them and whatnot. I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do. So I took the DAT right after I graduated because I only knew like the summer before that that's what I wanted to do. Then I worked for his office. I did 2 lifeguarding jobs, reading books. I did stocks. I caught on to AMD when it was $5 a share. You know what AMD is now? It's like $180. I got AMD when it went from $5 to $9 a share. That was back in 2016, 2015, 2016. Anyway, self-help books, music producing, gap years, I think can be used to have a profound impact on your life. Self-awareness, getting an understanding of what you want to do with your life, with your career, and so on and so forth. So Chloe, really, really recommend that. Take your time there to learn in the office. And Finn's Bricks, if you're taking a gap year, I would recommend looking at that too. Luke, what's up, Luke? Luke, what's going on? My man Luke is on tonight. What's up, Luke? Luke, by the way, did you see, Luke, you need to respond to this. I need to know. Did you look in the caption section of TikTok Live number 20? You're in there. Remember I told you last time that I'm putting the top 3 viewers on the live session because TikTok tells me who was the 3 people that watched the most time. I'm putting you guys in, like, this is, I love this. Like you guys are my family now, right? I put you guys, the top 3 listeners, in the caption of my upload to podcast, to YouTube, to the YouTube channel when I upload the full version, the long form version. So you're in there, Luke, my dude. Congrats on that. Good stuff. And this one tonight, it's even more. So I'm live streaming to Twitch, YouTube. I'm recording on Riverside, and we're doing the live directly on TikTok right now. So this is a big night. This is a big night, podcast fam. Let's do it. L said, aren't there implant systems now where you can start eating much quicker nowadays? So the implant systems, no, there's not. I know what you're talking about, and potentially it can help with the healing. But look, you're not going to speed up the healing process, right? Like BMP, boron morphogenetic protein, helps with the healing process, but you're not turning something into like overnight. You know what I mean? Your body's not healing necessarily faster. It's still going to take 3 to 4 months to heal adequately. So yes and no. The teeth in the day, you're not necessarily walking around out being able to chew with those things. You definitely don't want to do that. You're going to compromise the bone stability around those implants. Does that make sense? Official Sports Talk TV, best cases you see in the dental field where complete transformations that change a person's life. Exactly. That's it. Literally, zygomatic implants, the all-on-X's, some of my favorite parts of oral surgery are those cases because literally the transformation that patients go through, and I want to be a part of that transformation that people can have. And you know what? And it's all for them. It's amazing when some of these people tell the story too, you know, going from having no jobs to now they're working, they're working on their podcasts and such. Amazing. 2 years. You've been working 2 years. Chloe, how are you liking it? And congrats. 2 years is that's great. You're experienced. You know more than me. As far as that, Asia said, "Are you a doctor?" You signed in, right? Yes, I'm a resident in oral maxillofacial surgery. Asia said, "How much was your student loans?" So now, actually, in residency, I get paid, right? I get about, this year, my 3rd year, I get about $4,000 a month. My rent is $2,900. So literally every month, I have $1,100 to get groceries, to do the laundry machine, to take the city bike up to the girlfriend's apartment. You know what I mean? So it's not easy. Loans, I was fortunate. I was very fortunate where I'm an only child. My mom, my parents, they had a few before me that didn't make it, unfortunately. TMI, maybe, but I was an only child, and my parents worked very hard and were able to support me through undergrad and dental school. Tuition wise, I had to pay for rent, groceries, and whatnot. So I worked through dental school too. I worked Sunday mornings lifeguarding through dental school, 7 to 12. So, you know what I mean? Like, I guess some people come with that situation and they're very entitled. I hope if you follow my content that, hopefully you figured out I don't think I am, and maybe you would agree with that. And I come on here to share my tips and tricks and strategies, like working at a lifeguard, so you can get a free gym membership. You can study while you're there. It's a 4-foot deep pool. No one's drowning in that. When you have professional swimmers that can swim better than I can in a 4-foot deep pool, studying during that, getting paid throughout dental school, and a free gym membership. I mean, that's literally the dream right there, right? As a student. Luke Predental said, I wanted to get an AMD, but my Nvidia is doing well. Dude, Nvidia is fantastic. Do you see why they're doing so good? This is one of Warren Buffett's top 3 things when you're investing. Look at who's running the company, because if you believe in that person, their history, where they've come from, they're probably going to do a good job again. It's an excellent strategy, and both Nvidia and AMD, they have excellent people. I mean, what's her name? Not Lisa Su. Lisa Yu? Lisa Su? Lisa Yu? She's an engineer by trade, but she's the CEO of AMD, and she's brought it from literally $5 to like 180. That's outstanding. But Luke said, I'll check it out. Yeah, check it out. Brian sent a rose. Thanks, Brian. Love the rose. 2 roses, Brian. It's not even Valentine's Day was last week. Let's go. Thanks for the roses, Brian. Rose said, busy guy. Yeah, we got to stay busy. You know what I mean? We got to stay busy. Elle said, gotcha. I see offices that talk about eating soft foods the same day. Look, you can eat soft foods. This is not medical advice. Personally, I would not eat soft foods. You're literally going through a life transformation. I would give it the best that you possibly can. The more pressure you put on those implants, and maybe not every single one is 100% stable. That means that they're relying on the other 3 to 4 implants that the arch is connected to. Does that make sense? You put too much stress the wrong direction on one of them, and it could compromise the entire prosthesis. I wouldn't want to see that happen to you potentially, or if you know someone getting this. I would adhere to the full liquid diet for those 3 months. Hey, maybe lose some weight, right? You need to be having like 5 or 6 meals a day in order to get the proper nutrition, obviously, right? But yeah, I wouldn't want you to compromise that prosthesis. It's just straight, you're going through a life transformation. It's not worth it. Chloe Vanatter said, I love it so much. The doctor I work for is such a mentor to me. Awesome. He has changed my perspective on dentistry for sure. Excellent. Chloe, you think maybe dental school in the future? Hygiene school? Do you just want to be a surgical assistant? Because there's a lot of responsibilities too. They might have you as the head surgical assistant in the future. Then you have to be involved with the primary person to train and kind of supervise some of the younger or less experienced dental assistants, right? Hey, in a year and a half when I graduate, I don't know where you are. I'm trying to be in the New York tri-state area, maybe Long Island if I can. Yeah, maybe you could help train. Maybe you can come work for me and we go from there. For sure, dental school. Chloe, yes. Chloe, do it. Do it. Joy joined. What's up, Joy? What's going on? 18, little over 10 minutes. What's up? What other questions we got? What's going on? What's everyone up to tonight? How was everyone's weekend, by the way? Was everyone off for President's Day? Did everyone have a nice Valentine's Day? Oh, so I was just listening to a podcast. Her name is Vivian, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but Rich AF. Rich AF is her audiobook. I'm going to listen to it. She was on the podcast with Gary Vee, and she was going over how she was working for BuzzFeed. First, she went to Wall Street. She graduated from University of Chicago, went to Wall Street, was working there, making good money. She left. She didn't like the lifestyle. She was getting some not so nice things said to her, like female in the, I guess, finance workplace in Wall Street, whatever. She moved to BuzzFeed. She was saying she was making upwards of $600,000 a year. In addition to, she started making TikTok content. I think she said January or December. It was sometime during the year 2021. It took off. She was doing personal finance recommendations and tips. Rich AF, that's her TikTok. Rich BFF is her TikTok, and Rich AF is the book that she wrote in the last time. I think Her stuff is awesome. She sounds really talented on top of her stuff. And great podcast with Gary Vee, by the way, if you're looking for some stuff. Chloe said, what's your opinion on new technology to place implants robotically without the aid of a doctor's hand? Well, here's the thing. So in the advent of AI, and this is something I've been thinking a lot about, I could give you a lot of information on this. In the advent of AI will not replace the doctor's job, right? And don't worry, I'm going to get to you with the technology, software, hardware for placing implants versus software, which is AI, right? AI is not going to replace the doctor's job. But here's what it's going to do. It's going to become the adjunct. And over time, over the next few decades, this isn't going to happen in 5 years. 10, maybe 30 years, definitely. The doctor is going to start to rely even more so on AI to come up with differential diagnosis, come up with the treatment planning. But the doctor's always, I think, going to have to explain and deliver the news, the diagnosis, the prognosis, the treatment plan, treat the patient, maybe perform surgery on the patient. But the diagnosis side, the overall knowledge, everything that you learn in medicals and such, that's going to become more of it's already commoditized in AI. I mean, AI is taking tests better, medical school board examinations better than doctors, lawyers, and stuff. So in the advent of AI, we're going to see it's an adjunct. It's not going to take the job of doctors, but it's going to become, the doctor's job is going to be more of delivery, to deliver the care, to treat, to prescribe the medications, to perform the surgery, right? But and deliver the news and everything to the patient, versus the diagnosis and coming across, like figuring out what it is, solving the problem, closing the case, if you will. That's going to be heavily more and more relied on AI. Now, what that means is over the next few years, the ratings on the doctors are going to become ever more important because the delivery is predicated more on the ratings are predicated more on delivery of the news, the treatment, the surgery. How did that go? How did the patient feel? How did it solve the problem? Right? Versus the actual diagnosing part. So that's what I think we're going to see over the next 5, 10, 30 years. Now, surgically wise, AI is not going to be placing an implant better, faster, doing surgery. Like we're going to be using the robot. Like for example, in bariatric surgery, they're doing hiatal hernias, they're doing gastric lap bands, they're doing choles, they're doing using the robot. It looks like a big spider over the patient. I've been in these surgeries before on the anesthesia side and such, but there's still a doctor controlling that machine, the robot. So it's going to be a long time before that actually takes over the treatment, the prescribing, and like the actual surgery of it. So it's going to be an adjunct. As far as implants go, look, implants, if you're going to say that you need a robot to place this, then implants are going to need to stay in the hands of periodontists and oral surgeons, right? Then you can't have general dentists placing implants if you're going to have a robot doing it. That being said, a robot's going to place this thing a lot slower and potentially less precise. Like it's just not, the technology is nowhere near. It's nowhere near that yet, right? I'm not worried about it. Like they have a ways to go to get in like a machine, a robot to place an implant better and faster than humans. So does that make sense? I know I give you a long-winded answer and story behind it, but hardware takes a long time to catch up to the software in today's day and age. I mean, you know what I mean? We're already up to ChatGPT 4. This thing is pumping out PhD level papers, and we can't even have a robot place an implant in under 30 minutes. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Jawman, Dr. Chavkin, what's up? Jawman followed the live creator. What's up, Dr. Chavkin? He's on. So Dr. Chavkin, potentially my future boss, he's an oral surgeon on Long Island. Actually, look at this. This is so funny. Dr. Chavkin. So I'm currently streaming this. This is a live set. I'm recording this on Riverside right now. This is going to go up on YouTube, my YouTube channel, podcast. It's also the first time I'm streaming live to YouTube, literally streaming live to YouTube and to Twitch, which is like a video gaming app. But now people are starting to live stream what they're doing during the day from their desk, whether they're studying or in conferences and stuff. So it's pretty cool stuff. Dr. Chatkin's an oral surgeon, multi-practice owner on Long Island, 6 practices now. So congrats to that. Since we're on the record, we're on the live stream recording it. Dr. Chatkin is the owner of All County Oral Surgery on Long Island. I'm applying there. We will see if I'll get potential offer there. The offer might be come back, right? Right, Dr. Chavkin? So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So cool that he's on. User 333 said thoughts on wisdom teeth removal, necessary or not. Never got mine done. Came in perfect. Well, what did your dentist say? Right? That's up to you. I mean, not everyone needs to get their wisdom teeth removed. Not everyone has wisdom teeth, right? So there's so many ways to go about this. But I would really talk to your general dentist about that. And I'm sure if your general dentist was iffy, he sent you to an oral surgeon to get a consult. I can't tell you anything on here. I haven't reviewed your x-rays, clinical exam. I haven't done any of that, nor can I give medical advice on here. But I think that should give you a pretty good idea of what you need to get done. Official Sports Talk TV said, number one tip for studying for the DAT. What would you change anything on how you manage time? I'll tell you something right off the bat. We have a little something now, and it's been out for like a decade, called Quizlet. I was literally studying for the study for the DAT in the morning on the spin bike, flipping index cards. I used to go to the gym at 5:30 in the morning for my month before the DAT to review stuff I got wrong. I was sitting there like a stupid. I was sitting there like a like a dumbass on the bike flipping index cards. Guys, if you don't know, we have something called Quizlet nowadays. You just get it on your iPad. You could put figures on it. That's much better than any little dumb thing I was drawing on the index card. You could do that, and you could flip that, star the things you get wrong. You could study multiple Quizlets at once on the spin bike. Guys, use Quizlet. Get Quizlet Premium. You could put figures on it. I think it's Quizlet Plus now. It used to be Premium. That's a no-brainer. Get it, do it. That's how you could study. Jared Calejo 5. Can you adult teeth remove? I think you're saying, can you remove adult teeth? Yeah, I mean, if you have to, you have to. Do you want to remove a healthy adult tooth? No. Jared. We're not removing healthy adult teeth over here. Come on. Let's go to the dentist. Let's get those checkups once to twice a year, whatever they recommend. L says, trying to figure out if it's worth it starting this summer after D1 year. Oh, studying for the CBSE? Worth studying for what? L, can you just elaborate a little bit further? Starting what this summer after D1? Chloe Vanetter said, definitely makes sense. Nice. User 333 said, if you think about it, doctors and dentists are unnecessary by default, even without AI. I don't know if I agree with that. User 333 said, we just don't have the proper preventative information that we used to. I think we do have the proper preventative information, but what about patient compliance? I was just on a podcast 2 weeks ago with Dr. Connie Wang. She's a general dentist, went to Tufts. She's up in Massachusetts now. I'm pretty sure, I believe. We were just talking about this. Like there's the utmost lack of provider, patient trust in the provider that we are at an all-time low for patient trust in the provider than ever before. It's actually frightening. And most patients are great. They trust, they understand and whatnot. But I think this actually leads to, we're seeing a lot of patient non-compliance in following through with the flossing, with the brushing the teeth, with, hey, you need to get this tooth addressed for the root canal now rather than 2 years from now, when now we can even save the tooth. We're seeing a lot of that going on, right? So preventive information, no. It's out there. So I just got to clarify that. Michael, starting dental school next semester at UTexas. Do you have any tips for going into dental school? First of all, Mike, congrats. Well done. Which Texas school? I know Texas now has that El Paso one. That's a new one. You got Houston. You have San Antonio. And I know that is there a fourth one out there? Let me know which Texas school you're going to. I'm not sure. What I would recommend, dude, literally Quizlets. I would get your presentations to the classes prior, and I would put it into Quizlet, get the figures in there. Get it if you can. This is not easy. Get that done prior to the lecture. So when you're in the lecture, you already have your outline in Quizlet. Now you can just listen to the lecture, and anything that the attending, your faculty, mentions in the lecture that isn't in the slides, now you're not scrambling to find where to put it. You know exactly where to put it in your Quizlet. Boom. You can immediately start studying that night, which I wouldn't actually recommend doing. I would work on getting your Quizlets done before the lecture, and then the week or two prior to the exam, that's when you study it. And the Quizlet's going to help you get the speed up when doing so. Make sense? Albert, what are your thoughts on Dr. Mike Mew and the orthotropics movement? Orthotropics movement, I'm not familiar with that. Dr. Mike, I know Dr. Mike. I don't know Dr. Mike Mew. I know Dr. Mike. He the DO. He's an extremely handsome man who got famous on Instagram and social media for being a very good looking doctor, and he is. Look, he owns that very well. I'm not familiar with his, like as far as actual content. I'm not sure with if he mentors others, if he helps out, if he gives back to the community, or if I know he was sponsored by Audemars at one point. He's wearing very nice APs. I don't know enough about the actual content of what he's doing, though. You know what I mean? THGHD, what's up? THGHD dudes, what's up, friend? I'm incoming D1. Where should I keep my GPA for OMFS? Look, like in dental school is not easy. Remember, going from undergrad to dental school, it's a change of about 32 credits a semester. That's what they said, an average. I would try and just get the highest GPA that you can. But here's the most important thing. Don't compromise your personality for that goal. Don't start cutthroating other people. Like here's the look. We had this in dental school. I made this outline for the test coming up. Here it is, and they literally changed out correct information for incorrect information that they knew were going to be test questions, right? Because older students handed that out and tried to have other people put down incorrect answers for test questions so that they could get ahead and get into orthodontics. I will not recommend that. So if you're going to do whatever you can do to get your GPA higher up, because in some schools they're like curving your grades in comparison to the rest of the class. If you're trying to do that, you probably shouldn't even graduate dental school. You know what I mean? If you're going to do the best you can and help out and be a team player in the class, I was helping out students with like crown preps and stuff. That was my area that I tended to do best at. Crown preps, restorative preps and stuff, surgery. That was my thing. If you're not going to come in and you know what I mean, like you got to be a team player. That's what I'm getting to. I'll stop it there. And congrats by getting in and starting soon. 5 more minutes. 5 minutes. I got to get going. Albert, what are your thoughts on Dr. Mike Mute? You said that. Good. CBSE. Yeah, CBSE. Hayden Harrison. What's up, Hayden? What resources do you use to study during residency? During residency, I'm using Peterson's. I'm using an OMFS reference guide. I got a little book right over there. They give it to you when you start residency. Peterson's, OMFS Secrets. You have the Atlas book. You got Netter's Atlas, like the anatomical guide. You don't even need the book, though. Just get the PDF. My primary sources are the reference book over there, Peterson's, and OMFS Secrets. I really like studying. Sometimes I'll even refer to First Aid, by the way. That's a good CBSE studying material. Otherwise, Google, I'm looking this stuff quick. Google has all the references. And ChatGPT too. Believe it or not, ChatGPT is an excellent resource to extract the bits and pieces on the Lefort 1 osteotomy preparation, or the specifics of a CEOT or the desmoplastic ameloblastoma compared to the acanthomatous ameloblastoma. These are excellent resources. ChatGPT is quick, and then to dive in deeper, I would use OMFS Secrets, Peterson's reference guide, so on and so forth. That's my stuff. Michael, UT Health Houston. Mike, congrats, dude. Sarah Geyser, she's in the DDS PhD program at Houston. Say hi to her if you see her there for me. She's part of our Students in Dentistry team. Get us on Students in Dentistry too. Let us know how we can help you there. John Hall, Periodontics here. Good work, buddy. Keep it up. Life is good down the road. John, I appreciate that. Sometimes I wonder where life is going in the middle of residency when you're like, what the hell's going on? I appreciate that, John. And good stuff for you too. John, get me on LinkedIn. Get me on LinkedIn there, friend. Dr. Hall. Get me on LinkedIn if you can. Same thing, Brendan Gallagher, DDS. Let's connect over there. I really like to keep in touch, or Instagram as well, especially professionally. Let's build that network on LinkedIn. Reason being is I'm putting out a lot of posts, the question of the day post, but also I do these quick reviews on a topic here and there. The OKC, ameloblastoma maybe. But I think the educational discussions we're getting in the comments over there are outstanding. And Dr. Hall, if you want to be a part of that, come on board. John, Dr. Hall, also, what area do you practice in? If you're Long Island too, let me know. It looks like Dr. Chavkin was on before. Be excellent to touch base and grow our dental community in the area. If maybe I'll end up going out there. Hayden Harrison, Dream Watch. Oh, well, first, let me point out I got this. I just changed the band for this today. I'm really kind of liking this lighter blue leather. It was black leather a couple weeks ago. I just changed this today. My buddy Joe Frapalo gave me this one. This is a Filippo Loreti Perpetual Calendar watch with the moon phases. You see the moon phases on there? Pretty fire. Very affordable, too, by the way. Light. I like to use this when I'm really getting into oral surgery stuff, studying and whatnot. Also, it's my only moon phase watch. If you don't have a moon phase watch, you got to get one, and they do a pretty good job with it. I think it's awesome. You know what moon phase it is. Like, I don't know. I find that wild. Dream watch, though, I would like to get like an AP. Now, so Dream watch, I don't see myself ever being able to get this, but the AP Audemars Spaghetti, I'm probably not even pronouncing that correctly, but the AP Perpetual Calendar Chrono, that would blow my mind if I could get that. That's literally my dream watch of like all time. I think that is the most awesome thing. The only thing I would say about that is it doesn't have lume. It doesn't have enough lume. So what do I want to go protect? Because I love lume. I love getting a watch with a nice lume. You know, like you walk into the bathroom and it's just popping. I think that's phenomenal. So I know the Patek moon phase, perpetual chronograph, even that has better lume than the AP. So, but I like the aesthetic of the AP. I don't know. It's a thought. We'll see. I like trying on different watches, and then, TikTok lives that I do a couple weeks ago, I had a different watch on, and then this one's different, and it's affordable. Like you could get this, and we could talk about it. I don't know. I love that stuff. I'll probably do a watch podcast at some point. THG dues. What's unethical? Wait, you're saying that's unethical? What's unethical? What's yeah, the test stuff? Yeah. Oh, it's disgusting what's going on. Medical school, dental schools, some of these people out there, horrifying. I can't believe it. I really, it's unbelievable. Luke, Predental, incorrect Quizlets from peers is my biggest fear. Well, Luke, you can make your own Quizlet. And when you get some friends in the class, maybe they use Quizlet too. This was my key. I found some really good friends in my class that were also using Quizlet. And for oral path, in order to get them done prior to the lecture, they would send out the lectures, the presentations, like weeks in advance. I would make Quizlet, say for lecture 1, they would make the Quizlet for 2 and 3, and we'd have lectures Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And going into Monday, we'd already have the lectures outlined for the whole week, and then we could put bits and pieces. It helps you study things faster, and then you could make your own Quizlet on top of that and study from there. Excuse me, you know what I mean? You can make your own. Teamwork literally does make the dream work. That's how you're going to crush dental school. If you could get a team together where going into a week, I'm going to repeat this because this is quality. This is very important for you to understand. Luke, when you start, get a team together. You have oral path lecture Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On the weekend, you have your team of, say, 2 other people. Luke, you make the Quizlet for the lecture. You have the presentation, take the presentation, put it into the Quizlet for Monday's lecture. Heather puts it in for Wednesday, and Hamad puts it in for Friday. This is literally what we did in dental school. And then when we go into the class, we already have that presentation outline in our Quizlet. So we're listening to the doctor telling us and stuff. And they're going to mention things that aren't on the Quizlet that are actually going to be on the test. So you need to be listening that entire lecture, not, futzing around with writing down the notes through at the lecture. You know what I'm saying? You could listen, put it right in there, and then you just study it later, and you're already done for the week. I think that's huge. That's a really good tip that you can use for your studies, even in undergrad. Even in undergrad, guys. Sarah, if you can go back in time, would you still become a dentist? Maybe. I'm not there yet. I'm a dentist, yes, but I'm not actually doing oral surgery yet. Once I'm in there a year or 2, I'd be able to give you a better answer for that. And I mean, I really want to do other things. I want to get more into content, podcasting, maybe writing a book. I want to give back in more ways than surgery alone. I love surgery, but sometimes working in person, in a number of ways, it limits your time. And while you can treat 10, 20, 50 patients a day, you could actually touch thousands through social media. And I think that's an incredible thing of technology that we have nowadays. You know what I mean? You might not be doing surgery on them, but you could literally save someone's life, mental health issues, whatever you want to call some of these things out there. But helping out the most people, I think, is always the most people as you can is excellent. Albert, how is your work-life balance, and how many patients do you see a day on average? Right now I'm on an anesthesia rotation. I'll see 15, 20. I'm just doing pre-op. So when you're an anesthesia resident, you might see 3, 4, 5, 6 patients in a day. I'm seeing 15, 20 because I'm just doing the preoperative evaluations, consent, pre-op eval, airway assessment, consent forms and such. Yeah, but I mean, when I'm I can't say the hospital, in the oral surgery clinic of our hospital here, there was sometimes I was pushing 40, 50 patients a day in my intern year. Yeah. John Hall, Dr. John Hall, Michigan. Oh, Michigan, you're pretty far away from me then. Dr. Hall said, check out Specialized Dental Partners. Ooh. So this is Dr. John Hall, periodontist of Specialized Dental Partners. I'm going to check this up later. If you're listening to this, Dr. Hall, John Hall, we got the streaming live on Twitch, on YouTube, TikTok here. I'm recording it on Riverside. I'm going to put this back up on podcast and YouTube channel, the live. I'm going to chop it up maybe later for post later on. But check it out. I'm starting to do this now. The top 3 listeners, I'm putting right in the top of my caption. Top listener number 1, 2, and 3. So your name might be mentioned if you're on this live recording. So check it out. Maybe you're in there. I'll find out later. I can't see until after the live stops. I think that's a lot of fun. Oh, 41 minutes. This is going to take me a while to chop up after. Okay, last couple questions. LS, did you do a non-cat? No, I didn't do a non-cat. I did 5 externships though. Monty, NYU, and VCU. During the height of COVID, that's very important. I wasn't, that was very difficult. Like I said, 3 canceled, and I had to scramble to get NYU and VCU after that. So I say 4 plan. LSU, Cook County, Monty, LIJ. There was a 5th one. That canceled. Baylor? No. Cook County, LSU. I forget. There was a 5th one. Michael said, I'm trying to look her up. I'll say hi. How do I spell Sarah's last name? Gaiser or Geiser. Yeah. Sarah Geiser. She's great. She's outstanding. And getting her PhD too. I mean, she speaks for herself. Michael, I'm big on working out and getting big. Is there any time for consistent lifting during dental school? There is, Mike. There is. You can do it. It's not easy. And sometimes you got to cut it out. So you're not going to be able to exercise every day. You know what I mean? My thing was I used to work out even more in dental school. I was able to have that free gym membership because I was working as a lifeguard at the gym on Sunday mornings. I can't work at a gym. I can't afford a gym membership right now. I can't afford, in the city, it was like $80 a month. I can't afford that right now. Nonetheless, have consistent time. I did pick in my building. I got a little. It's like a little fitness center. Can't even call it a weight room. There's no barbell. They have a pull-up bar. They have a few machines, but they have dumbbells up to 50. So I do 30 to 45 minutes of free weights. I just took the last 4 months off, but I started again last week. So I'll do this for 2, 3, 4 months if I can. I start Chief here in June. So we'll see what I can get until then. Got to buff up. Got to beef up the weights a little bit. Got to add on a little muscle before Chief here. If we're going to be just messing around. Last 2 questions. Lauren Martin said VCU is great. VCU is outstanding. VCU, I ended up ranking, I had it 3rd, but Christianacare was excellent. So I ended up putting VCU 3rd, Christianacare 2nd, and obviously where I am, and not obviously, not everyone matches to their first spot, but the first spot is where I am now. Luke, great advice. Also audio record every lecture. Yes. So here, I'm actually literally giving you advice to hedge that, Luke. Think about this. If you go into the lecture with everything already outlined, and you can't always outline a lecture beforehand. That's very difficult to do. But if you're using Quizlet, you can. And if you're with a team, you absolutely can. And by going into the lecture with it already done, you don't even need to record it because you can actually listen to it while you're there, right? When you're taking notes during the class, you miss things here and there. But if you have it already outlined, you're not going to miss anything. You're going to be soaking it up like a sponge, putting it into the Quizlet directly. Last question, Official Sports Talk TV. Are you going to Midwinter Dental Convention in Chicago next week? I'm not. Or this week? I'm not. I don't have time off like that, unfortunately. Lucky said hi. All right, friends. Let's wrap this up. 44 minutes, almost 45. Yeah, I got to get going. I got to change all my laundry. I got to go get groceries, dinner, and then put up the chop. I'm going to try and get this up tonight. No promises. Ian Cieslak, best exercise to increase my bench press. Here you go. Ian, real quick. Increase your bench press. I would switch up. I would do you know how you do like your one cycle in a week, let's say, like you got chest tries, back buys, shoulders, traps, whatever, legs. I would switch it up where 1 week you do the rep cycle. My rep cycle is 12, 10, 8, 12, 10, 8, 12, 10, 8. Then you have the power cycle where you do 10, 8, 6, 6, 10, 8, 6, 6. Yes. And go up in weight on the power week. And you go down in weight, high in reps on the reps week. Make sense? Now, here's where you really get some muscle and increase your bench press. In between every set, just the first set, right? The power, the predominant muscle groups, the pectoralis major, not the minor, not on the incline. Let's just take chest for an example. When you're doing flat bench, in your first set, right? Because you're going to do flat bench for 3 or 4 or 5 sets, right? Then you're going to do incline for 3, 4, 5 sets. Then you're going to do decline potentially, or you're going to do flies or something, right? The first one, when you're doing flat bench, and this is going to change the rest of your workout because you're going to be tired, but you're going to get the maximum muscle growth and results. Do push-ups, one set of push-ups in between your sets on that first exercise, right? So if you're doing reps day, 12, 10, 8, you're doing 12 reps, 10 reps, 8 reps, try and get 12 push-ups right after you did 12 reps. Try and get 10 push-ups right after you did 10 reps. And then on power day, you just put up, say, 225 for 10 reps on your first set. Try and get 10 push-ups right after. Then you go up in weight. Then you go up to 235, 245 for 8 reps. Try and get 8 push-ups in right after. And then you can relax the rest of you're doing incline, just do your incline set, right? This is how I saw the biggest muscle growth and power when I was working out. All right, friends, that's the last one for the night. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for coming on. Guys, remember, I'm posting the top 3 listeners in the caption of the live when I post it on YouTube and podcasts. So let me know what you think on there. Guys, get me on Instagram, send me a DM. Let me know what you want to know more of, hear more of. I really appreciate it. If you could subscribe on YouTube and on Spotify podcasts, I'd appreciate that too. You don't have to, though, only if this meant a lot to you as well. Love you guys. Good night. Have a great week.